오케이, 가자. I'm at school. Today is the single work day I am giving myself at school over break. I have got a fair amount of things I need to do. I'm trying to focus mostly on printing, laminating, like things that I have to do here. However, I am also going to be figuring out, I'm going to try something with how I teach. I'm going to do more of a blended classroom than I am a like traditional classroom, but that's a whole, maybe I'll make a video about that once I have done it and I figured out what's going on. However, to recap what we're working with here, first of all, I have gone to Starbucks, so I need to eat my sandwich because this is my reward for coming in. But I brought some things to school. First thing I brought is a empty container of sanitizing wipes, and the reason I brought this in is because I am an elementary teacher and I can use empty containers for anything. And these especially are super nice to have. So I have this that I'm gonna put in my little storage area, and then once I have a use for it, I'll use it. I also brought a watering can, which I have failed to peel the label off of, but you know what? My kids will get annoyed with it and do it for me when they come back. But I brought this watering can because I have some plants here, and we spent half the year trying to water without a watering can, and it was not going well. So I now have a watering can. And then I brought what is possibly one of my favorite gifts that my sister gave me for Christmas. She gave me this sign, and I don't know if it's inverted or not, but sorry I can't, I'm grading papers till I die, which is the funniest sign anyone's ever given me. So I need to figure out where that's going. I think this is gonna go like right up here. So I need to find a place for this because I love this sign. So I brought all those things, and then I brought, so the plants in the brown pots were here before, and then that little glass jar where I'm propagating something has been here before. That plant has clearly seen some better days, but it's been here in the cold and it's been not watered, so it just needs some love. The two brown pots, or the terracotta pots, are new. I have a mint plant and I have another snake plant because I love snake plants. So I need to find homes for all of my plants. They've just been sitting here to get sun over break, but they need to go back to their homes. I'll put them back on Monday, I think. So now I've gotten here, I've kind of got things unpacked. I need to figure out what I'm doing. This heater needs to work faster. Oh my goodness, I am cold. I'm not usually cold. All right, I think what I'm going to start with, that needs to be stapled, like that staple needs to be fixed. I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start by making a brain dump so that I know what all I want to get done. And then I will decide what are my top 3 most important things to get done today, because I will not accomplish everything that I want to accomplish today. I've accepted that already. I never accomplish everything I want to accomplish. However, if I can get my top 3 done, then I'll just keep picking my way down the list. First things first, I need to eat my sandwich though. So I might eat that and then I'll figure things out. I've decided I'm turning on my board because I want music, and this is the largest speaker by far. Turn up, turn up, turn up, Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get music going. All right, so what we're gonna do first is we're going to reorganize. Like, I'm not gonna change things. I like where everything is. It's just clearly it has become not as organized. So we're gonna start pulling things out and reorganizing, specifically this cabinet right here, which is all of their like indoor recess activities. So let's get all that stuff ready to go. One cabinet done. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, so pause. My tripod almost called 119 on me, so that was fun. Anyway, so I have cleaned out and organized all of my cabinets. I also watered all my plants. They are chilling out. Really wish we could get some decent sunlight because, especially I have a mint plant, a little mint piece that I propagated, and I would really love for that to get some direct sunlight, but here we are. That one on like, this one on like the very end, it's not looking good. God, I look tired. The coffee has not kicked in yet, so my ADHD brain is just not focusing well. Okay, I think now I need to actually figure out, I sent a chat to all of my kids telling them that if they want a new name tag, they can send it to me right now because I'm going to mass print things and laminate things. My school uses like Google Suites for education. And so my kids can send me Google Chats, which we had like a very serious talk at the beginning of the year about like how to properly send messages and like what's an okay message to send me and things like that. And my kids have been really good about respecting boundaries and not sending, like not spamming people, not doing anything like that. So it's going well. I really like this. But I sent a message in the group chat just saying like if any of you have a name tag or a schedule card you want me to print and laminate, I will print and laminate it and then we can put it on your desk right away when you get here Monday morning. I have my kids make their own name tags. They make their own name tags and they make their own schedule cards. And I originally did it because I wanted them to have like ownership of their learning space because I think that's very important. But as a bonus side effect, they do not touch their name tags. Like, let me show you. So here are some name tags I had to cover because names, but like they went on like Google, I had them do it on Google Slides, but like they designed their name tags and then I don't have a class schedule up, And they were like, well, how are we supposed to know what's coming next? And I'm like, how can we fix that? And so they all were in charge of designing and making their own class schedules that are now taped to their desk. They also have goal trackers. We pick a new goal and then track it for 10 days to see if we can do it for 2 weeks straight. But anyway, so they make these themselves. Like, I didn't do anything besides print them and laminate them. They created them. They decided where they're going on their desk. They had all the decision, and they do not touch them. So as a general rule of thumb, after I figured that out, I try to make it so that they can create as much of their own things in the class as possible. Now, obviously that's not entirely possible. However, excuse me. Giving them ownership of their space like that and the ability to make things, and it's not even like they have to make the whole thing. So we have a transitions, hold on. My kids are responsible for transitioning themselves. Okay, I can't get too close because the name's on book bins. But if you'll notice, we have this poster that says transition times. And this poster has some very strange times on it because they are responsible. Try that again. My kids are responsible for transitioning themselves between classes. I do not tell them when class periods are done. They are responsible for switching us. And does that mean that we have had some times where we don't switch when we're supposed to? Yes, it does. However, the natural consequence of that is then the next period, they don't have as much time to do their work, and it could end up as homework. So they have a really good incentive to make sure we stay on schedule. And so what those transition times are, so like the first one, I have my own right here, which I'm not gonna show you because it's right next to a piece of paper that has everyone's names on it. But like period 1 at my school starts at 8:20 a.m. and I have 8:17 a.m. because for them, they decided as a group that they need 3 minutes to transition from like arrival morning procedures into first period. So I said, okay, cool. So we made the chart together. They decided how much time they need to transition. So like, for example, period 2, I have 9:08 a.m. We actually start period 2 at 9:10, but they said, I think we only need 2 minutes to switch from period 1 to period 2. So at 9:08, it's someone's responsibility. We don't have an assigned person. They are responsible for it, but it's their responsibility. Someone has to go, it's 9:08, it's time to clean up and transition. And then they have to look at their schedule, know what class is next, have the materials ready to go. And like, I will tell them, hey, for today's lesson, you're gonna need your glue sticks or you're gonna need your scissors. But like, for example, period 1 is either specials class or reading rotations. So they know at 8:17, if it's Monday or Wednesday, they need to put all their stuff away, have their planners open on their desk, and then line themselves up in the hallway. And then at 8:20, they take themselves to PE. I don't interfere with it. They do wonderful at it. I love this. If it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 8:17, they clean up. They pull up the slides that I have for reading rotations. I rarely do whole group reading lessons. It just doesn't work for my class. We do almost everything small group and then individual work. So they pull up the reading rotation slides. They know how to work the board. They know how to find the slides. They know like there's timers on the slides. They are basically self-sufficient. So that at 8:20, they start the timer, go into their first reading rotation, and the group that meets with teacher comes to my table and we start doing our small group lesson. Once the timer goes off, they switch themselves. They know what materials they need for each activity. And again, I tell them if they need something special. They switch the board. They do everything. My job is just to sit here and focus on my small group, which is awesome. And I'm gonna put a little caveat here. I teach grade 5. This is obviously not going to work with grade 1 or grade 2. This works with grade 5 kids, and this works with this particular group of grade 5 kids because they crave responsibility. Now, they won't tell you that. They'll be like, ugh, I don't want to be responsible for anything. But they crave it so badly. They want to be in control of their own stuff, and I am harnessing that energy because the more things I don't have to do as a teacher, the better. It's great. Or like at the end of the day as well, so once they transition, they've packed up and everything and they're ready to go, one of my students, I have a game pulled up, it's called Bamboozle. Some of you might know about it. I love Bamboozle. It's amazing. It's slightly easier tech-wise than Kahoot because the kids don't actually need tech for it. But what's up? My friend came, the first grade teacher is here working as well. So we are going to actually both set up shop in the teacher workroom and print and laminate things, because why would we not take advantage of the fact that nobody else is printing and laminating at the moment. So I'm gonna turn on the lamination. Oh, look, 2 of my 47 bajillion things printed. Excellent. Got a crap ton more that's gotta print. I turn on the laminator. Ba-boom. So that can heat up, and my food's almost here, so I'm gonna go get my food. Look like a K-pop idol. Such stealth. That took way longer than anticipated. I am coming back tomorrow because too much stuff. I ended up just like printing literally every set of task cards and math centers and everything like that that I know I will need for the rest of the school year, and laminated almost everything. I have, I'll show you. So this is everything that I have laminated. It's a lot. And then I have this much left to laminate. But it's all printed. And once that's laminated and all of this is cut out, which this is gonna be a student job. I have some kids who like to cut, so that's gonna be a them job. However, for now, we are going to organize everything I have done. I am going to leave at 5:30 because I am going to trivia tonight with friends at 8 o'clock. So I have to leave at 5:30. That is my goal. That is what's going to happen. So I'm gonna organize, and then I have one child's name tag that I need to tape to his desk. So let's get going. Today that I'm going to get accomplished, and I've got 4 minutes until I said I would leave. So, basic rundown of what I've got. This is the task cards I got laminated and they need to be cut out in the order that I'm going to teach them. So I cut out the ones I'm going to need first. This is all my Unit 4 task cards that still need to be laminated. That's a tomorrow job. I'm kind of annoyed at myself because I realized, so I have my math centers, which I store my math centers in like plastic baggies. So I have, like, the centers are all laminated, answer keys. I have the bag labeled, ready to go. So when I cut it out, I can put it directly in the bag, and then I can write my answer key right away. And I realized I didn't print an answer book for the decimal center, and I just flat out didn't print the geometry centers at all, but I printed the answer booklet, not even the answer keys. So tomorrow I need to print the decimals booklet and then all of the geometry centers and laminate those as well. But that's a tomorrow job. But right now, I'm going to shut down my room and go home because I need to walk my dog and get ready to go to trivia tonight. And tomorrow morning, I'll vlog tomorrow morning as well. I am going to come back and keep working because I did not get nearly as much done today as I thought I was going to, which is fine. I knew that was gonna happen. So tomorrow I can like really dig into what I'm supposed to do. But all right, see you tomorrow. Back at school, day 2. I was on the phone with a friend when I got here, so did not film immediately when I got here, but I am already working on laminating a bunch of stuff from yesterday. Got the laminator going, pile to be laminated, lamination sheets, ready to run through and finished. So we're working on that for now. And then I will probably start, I'm probably gonna start while I'm doing this laminating. One page down. I will start mapping out how I am planning on doing the first week when we come back. I have all of the grammar, that's that subject. I have all the grammar stuff scheduled and ready to go in Google Classroom, but I still need to figure out math because I realized I need to teach them some extra skills that they're not going to get from the textbook. I need to teach them, I didn't put on concealer, that's why I look so tired. Oh my god. Well, I need to teach them exponents, and I might coordinate plane. I know I tested them. I need to teach them how to like read a coordinate plane as well. So I need to figure out those math activities. And on the bright side though, I should get free lunch today because teachers at my school get free lunch, and I didn't realize there was going to be people in the office working over break. So they are still providing lunch for the people who did have to come in over break, so I can go down and get lunch today, which is super nice. So hopefully soon I can go down and get some lunch. I need to message Suzanne too. She's supposed to come today, so I don't know. Well, we'll keep going. We're gonna chug it away, especially since I can't get in the building tomorrow, so I need to finish everything today that requires me to be here, which is mostly printing and laminating and things of that nature. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, we got it fixed. Geometry centers are printed. Decimal book. That nightmare of a stack are all task cards that need to be cut out, but that's for later problem. Right now, I printed off new planners sheets that I'm gonna put right there. Focus. So let's get those hung up. Woohoo! I think I have to plan next, honestly, so I'm gonna do that while I wait for my food. Ate my lunch. Now I am going to get my math ready for next week and plan out my next unit for math. So we're gonna spend this next week finishing up algebra. I have a test on Thursday on algebra, and then we will move on to decimals the week after. So I'm getting everything prepared for that, and then I think I figured out how I'm going to do like teach math, like using Google Classroom and kind of pulling small groups more and more. So I'll show you how I'm gonna do this. So I have my slides pulled up. I use the same template for every single chapter. And then I color code my classes, so anytime there's red slides, they know it's for math. But then each slides has like a table of contents. So for lesson 4, I don't have anything yet because I need to make it, but I'll show you like the last lesson we did. So these are the slides for 5.3. We always start with the objectives and then their lesson vocabulary. And then they've learned by this point, when we take math notes, they have to write down the objectives, they have to write down their vocabulary, and then they have to write down anything right here under the header. They can copy down the problems if they want, but they have to do the headers. And then I highlight the vocab words so they can like see them being used in a sentence. And then like it walks through the problems, and then we have some practice problems. And we usually work through these together, but just whole group isn't going so well because I have such a huge range in abilities. And like my kids, because I have 2 kids who already learned how to do this because they go to like after school academy, and I've got one who is so confused. So I'm gonna start pulling more small groups, I think. I'm gonna let my high flyers kind of work at their own pace, do their own thing, go through these notes on their own. I'm gonna start pulling my strugglers to my table so I can go more in depth and help them build the scaffolding they need for this. But I'm gonna make my slides, and then I have their workbook assignment at the end of the slides. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to post it on Google Classroom, and then they will be responsible for going through the slides and taking notes on their own time. That way I am free to help the kids who need help. And so far, all of the notes they have taken have been very structured, I tell them what to write down, I show them how to format their notes, but they're getting pretty good at that now. So I think we need to take it a step further where they start taking their own notes. And I told them as soon as they know what they're doing, they can switch it up, start like highlighting things and like underlining and doing their thing to make them make sense to them. So I'm gonna start letting them do this more on their own. I'm just, I very much like to be in control of things and like have my systems and everything set up. So handing over a large chunk of control, especially with this lesson, is very nerve-wracking to me. However, it is word problems, so I'm not teaching them any new algebraic skills. These are all skills that they've learned all chapter. And they can work with a partner, like when they're reviewing the slides, when they're going over their notes, like the only time my kids are not allowed to work with partners is if it is direct instruction or it is a test. And they know that, like anytime they're doing assignments or math rotations or anything like that, they know they are allowed to talk to their classmates and ask their friends. And we actually just established a new rule. They have to ask 3 classmates before they're allowed to ask me. But hopefully it will go okay. I'm not expecting it to go perfectly. That would be dumb of me. And it's like the first time I've really kind of put them in control of things. So it's gonna be bumpy and awkward, and we're gonna have some hiccups, but I'm hoping for like mostly we get a good vibe going. All right, I just need to make the slides. I've been stalling for long enough. I need to make the slides, and then I need to map out my next unit for decimals. Okay, so I want to do that. All right, finished my slides. Took way longer than it normally does just because of how much extra information I had to add since I will not be directly teaching this lesson, but I added pencils because I still want to give them a little like, hey, you need to write this down. So anytime they see a pencil, they know to write this down, but I want to make sure all of my animations are working. Looks good so far. My hand is shaking. I'm just all right. Okay, those slides look good. So those are good to, I'm going to create my assignment on Google Classroom now so that it will post on Monday. And then anytime I post something on Google Classroom, I always have to set it up like in advance and then schedule the post. So all of the assignments for Monday will post at 8 a.m. on Monday. That way I don't have to remember to share it. But oh my God, this is a lot more like front end work for me, but I can reuse the slides next year and I can reuse everything I'm making right now next year. I just need to get to that point of next year. But I think this will go okay. I hope. Okay. I am ready for Monday, basically. I have all of my plans written and I don't know if you can. So I have my planners up on the wall. You saw me put those up and I have my Monday plan written out. So ready to go there. And then Monday morning after my kids come back from PE, because I have PE first period, we are going to go over just again classroom procedures and routines and how things run, and then the changes that are going to be happening in the classroom with some of our procedures and routines. Hopefully everything will go okay. I am kind of like we have a 2-hour block at the end of the day for UOI, or Unit of Inquiry. And that's kind of gonna be my buffer zone of like if things run over or if we need to re-explain some things. Sorry, my kids need little dictionaries for grammar this week. So I'm just folding these up real quick because there's only 8 of them and I'd rather just do it now so they're folded, ready to go instead of going through the hassle of having them fold it. But I've got that, and then I decided to type the word problems that go with the math notes that are going to happen on Monday, just because then they can like glue them into their notebook and they don't have to worry about writing. It's just gonna be easier, I feel. So I've got those papers ready, and now I have to leave by 4. It is 3:15, so I got 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the task cards I need for this upcoming week, and then I'm going to cut and start putting away and organize the math centers that I will need starting 2 weeks from now, because the algebra ones they need to, or not the algebra ones, the fraction ones, they have to finish by Thursday. Yes, okay, so I'm going to start cutting things. Let's go. All right, task cards cut out. So that's done. I need more binder clips. I've got task cards for this week. Ooh. I think I need to get my kids' spelling words printed. I don't think I gave them their spelling words before break. Let me check. I did, I just didn't put mine in my notebook, which is fine. I'm not worried about that right now, so don't have to worry about printing those. Move on to math centers then. Okay, let's cut and put away math centers. So my math centers are from Not So Wimpy teacher. I love a lot of her stuff. My grammar and my math centers are both from her, but it's all laminated. I just need to cut out the pieces and then I will put it in the plastic baggie and then it will be ready until we move on. No, we're doing algebra centers next. Haha, decimals is our next unit. So my centers are 1 unit behind. So like, right now the math that my kids are learning is algebra, but the math centers they're working on are fractions because I have them review the unit that we just finished with the current one. So now after Thursday, when they finish their math test, the next week we will start decimals, but they'll be doing the algebra math center. So let me go grab those and cut those out. There we go. So never mind. I need to cut out the centers and put them in the baggie, and then I need to make an answer key for the booklets because I have them correct their own math center booklets. So let's get going with that now.